date is September the 11th, 2012. The 11-year anniversary for what happened on September the 11th, 2001. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy about 9/11, but I'd rather not get into that. But it's just one of those things that will make you go, This is an old classroom here. The floors are kind of weak here, so you got to be careful where you step. And we got the wall, the word wall. Antiseptic, coherent, deliberate, adult, elapse, exemplary, gratitude, inept. Oh man, a lot of words there. That remind me of being back in school, elementary and middle school. You know, this school has a lot of history, and I'm probably gonna keep saying it on and on, you know, over and over about how this school is over 100 years old. But I'm gonna try to refrain from saying that because I know y'all probably done heard it probably 3 or 4 times since I've been in this building. It's an old door there. Got the John C. Lodge Expressway to the east. Runs from north to south or south to north, depending which way you're coming from. Now, if you're going this way to the right, then that means that you're going south, that you're headed towards downtown. Now, if you're going this way, that means that you're going north. Got a gentleman walking across the street there. We're heading on out of this room. You know, one thing I gotta say is that I try to make my videos very interesting. You know, to capture the attention of those that may watch them. You know, the one thing I always say too is that doing urban exploration, you gotta have a little bit of knowledge about the structures that you're going to step into. And I think on my last urban exploration, I talked about doing reconnaissance and scoping out the potential target. You know, sometimes what I'll do is ooh, shit. The wind closed the door. Startled the hell out of me. Well, anyway, like I was saying, you gotta have a little knowledge about the buildings and about the structures that you're going into and evaluate and use logic and common sense. Now, if I know if I'm going into buildings like this with all this debris, what I do is I always carry me a dust mask, gloves, and headlamp. And also I'll make sure I carry my trusty cell phone, because there's nothing worse than not to have any communication. We see part of the roof. We're about 3 stories up too. There's another hallway on the other side of the building. And I remember when I dropped out of school, this is one of the schools that I had went to, so I have a little personal history here. You know, came here back in 1986. To complete my education. And I gotta say that some of the people that I ran across were people getting out of prison or jail, high school dropouts such as myself back during that time. That's a nice wooden door there. People from all walks of life that, as I stated before, they wasn't bad people. We just made dumb decisions. They made dumb decisions and I made dumb decisions. But one thing I can say, I did complete my education in the year that I was supposed to get out of high school. Same year I was supposed to graduate, 1986. And the other thing I want to say is this too, is that, you know, some people talk about, you know, get that diploma and everything, but I know a lot of people that graduated from high school, college, and went to specialty schools, but they still dumb as a sack of bricks. One of the things I want to say too is this, looking around, if these walls could talk. Now right across the street you have Herman Kiefer. It's a free community health clinic. They have sexually transmitted disease screening, you get your birth certificates. They have a lead testing facility where you got houses with old lead paint. They also test blood samples of children who are affected by lead poisoning and quite a few other things that go on in there. And there's been a lot of controversy as of late of how Dave Bing, or the Bing administration, wants to turn it over, you know, turn it to some kind of institution. I don't want to say for profit, but they want to privatize it. I think that's a better choice of words. And we got some of the employees standing out there taking a smoke break, and you know. But usually those that go in for the STD, sexually transmitted disease, or VD screening, they usually go in through the John C. Lodge door, which is right at the front. So right now, turn on our trusty headlamp once again, see what we're gonna see. High beam. There's an old copier machine. Some old cement steps and all that. You know, the other thing I think about too about this place, there's a lot of situations where this used to be an auditorium, where people used to use the back stairwells to engage in some explicit activity. You know, just use your imagination. And you know, the other thing I say that's so disheartening about a lot of these buildings, not so much about the history and everything, is how wide open they are. And as I stated before on the last urban exploration that I did, talked about how when they open up a building like this, a lot of times what they get ready to do is they're getting ready to tear it down or demolish it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the main floor, so hold on tight. There's another entrance, brothers and sisters, that leads inside to the building. And now what we're doing, we're going back around again. We're gonna come out this way later on. But for right now, what we're gonna do is we're going to look around on the main floor. Just as I suspected, this used to be the auditorium. And what they did was they drywalled it off and made it into spaces for offices and shit like that. Because you got the balcony up there where I just came from. And you got to be real careful because there's all types of shit falling where people have pool stuff. Old window panes. And like I always say about the scrappers, they don't play. You know, they know exactly what they're going in here to get, and they get it. Some of them done got so sophisticated now that they using blow torches and propane tanks and shit like that. And that leads up to another space. Now shit like that scares the hell out of me when you got falling plaster. We'll go back around here. You know, for some reason I like doing the schools. I know some, you know, I've went into a few factories, but I really don't like going into them unless I got like heavy duty equipment. And when I talk about heavy duty equipment, I'm talking about things such as hard hats, steel toe boots or fiberglass toe boots and the like. And this leads to the stage, and they made it into another room. Going up here real quick. You know, every time I think about St. Alberta's School, I think about that spooky noise. Of how that spooked me. Another back area here. Like a utility room. And another crawl space. You know, when the hell I crawl up there, it'll fall right through. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way out, and we're gonna go to another spot on this same floor, on the main floor. So hold on tight.